Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I was going to sit down and ask what is Divine Masculine up to just to get a little bit of an update on their situation. And as you can tell, I have to really clear the air. When I went to go pre-shuffle, I got the card of message along with psychic. There's some kind of this is actually some weird projection energy that I am picking up. On one hand, I feel like the masculine, they're trying to send you subtle signs. They're trying to find a way to communicate with you. It's sort of like there are some masculines out there, they're going through something. We'll tune in and see what that could end up being, but there's also this sort of back and forth war that I feel like the masculine is entrenched in. They're trying to find answers, it feels like, but the message came back along with psychic. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get sort of the subject headline on what the masculine's trying to say. Something's been revealed or something's been hidden. Well, it's tempting to say rejection is protection. Whatever this message is, it's going to show you that you are very protected. Like I'm hearing heart, like as though your heart is protected, your physical situation, your mind. Let's see, let's get a few cards here. Okay, we got the guides along with growth. So this is less so much that it's coming directly from the masculine. That's why I'm a little bit confused right now. The masculine feels mute. It's sort of as though they can't really talk to you. It's like they're behind this really thick, heavy piece of plexiglass, and all they can do is sign language to you and lip read. They're desperately trying to communicate with their feminine. So it's sort of like they're sending like an it's like your intermediary. I'm hearing mediator, or it's sort of like if you have somebody who is in prison, they can't leave. They have to hire a lawyer to be their messenger between the court system and the families, and for the person who is behind bars. It's sort of like the masculine is stuck in a spiritual prison right now, but whatever is going on, your guides want to talk to you. The masculine cannot talk to you right now. They're actually not allowed to. But they want to assure you, especially if you're picking up some very unusual shit on the fifth dimension, especially some of the weird messages that I've been channeling lately on TikTok. They want to be able to give you an idea of what's going on, but this is to assure you and to reassure you this is all working in concert for the masculine's ultimate growth. So, wow. If this sounds like your person, you are more than welcome to stick around. If we haven't met yet, my name is High Priestess Berries, psychic, medium, and divine channeler, hoping to bring you a message. Now, always remember, my messages are candid, unscripted, but they're also timeless, so please tap into your instincts. Listen to your intuition. If there's anything that I talk about that doesn't make any sense, totally fine. Do not worry about it. This message may not be for you. But if it does resonate, please let me know by liking and sharing your experience in the comments below. This person's really out of breath. I feel like this masculine is undergoing they're I want to say they're going through shock therapy. I'm not being literal, guys. This is more that their heart is being cracked open. This masculine, whoever this collective that I'm tuned into, they have had a very closed heart chakra. And there's something as though there's something pounding on their chest, or as though, whoa, I just suddenly got a ping in my left ear. So they have this big weight on their chest, and it's just pounding and pounding and pounding. Like, yeah, there goes that ring again in my left ear. There's some energy around the masculine that's not taking no for an answer. I don't know if it's the karmic or if it's the divine. We'll find out in a second. But we do have the Page of Pentacles underneath here. Wasted time, wasted energy, as though there's some external energy around this masculine figure that's trying to make them feel as though all of the effort they poured into for I'm hearing the last 6 months or so towards their self growth is useless and it's kind of stupid. And it's making the masculine second guess. This is an energy that the masculine really values around them. This is probably somebody that they've probably entrusted a lot of their opinions and decisions to, but I feel like something has really shifted. We got the card of temperance. Like, whoo, like there's just this huge weight on my head. It actually feels a lot like this veiled energy, but it's sort of as though the veil feels like it's like hiding underneath a weighted blanket. Have you guys ever used one of those? Like, because I see the sand here, but a weighted blanket, you can get them in 10 pounds or 25 pounds. They're really ideal for people who struggle with some semblance of severe anxiety. And it helps somebody feel weighted down and it gives them a sense of grounding. But it's as though they're hiding underneath this weighted blanket and they can't find a safe place. They can't find a place to feel comforted anymore. An external energy has shifted around them, and their usual sense of protection and sanity, it's something, Eight of Cups. So I actually feel like this something, wow, something has been brought back from the dead. Now, this is more like an old egoic version of this masculine or an egoic version of the karmic. Somebody is playing a game. I don't know if it's the masculine or the karmic of I'm going to walk away so that you chase me. But it's sort of as though this person's walking away and then they're coming back and scaring, intimidating. This person's all over the place. God damn. Okay. Well, we're going to have a look at we're gonna have a look at how berries can anchor in, because I feel like this masculine, they are in a state of shock. Like in some ways, when say you're in a car accident and those few initial seconds where it's like, oh shit, did something actually happen? What do I do? I know that I'm supposed to be doing something, but they have to give themselves a few seconds to come out of this sort of dizzying spell. And then, eventually they have to get out of the car and then swap insurance. But it's the void before you can start making a decision. And it's like the masculine is locked in here. There's something traumatic. This feels borderline traumatic, whether it's emotional or physical. Let's see if we can find out. But we're going to be looking at what are their feelings towards the karmic? What are their feelings towards you, the divine feminine? What kind of message does the divine feminine need to know from the universe? We'll also have a look at the actions that the masculine is likely to make in the immediate term and what's the potential final outcome. So let's have a look at you guys. Got Judgment along with 10 of Wands. Start clarifying. I feel so out of breath. It's as though this masculine has been running nonstop. It's sort of like, okay, I'm gonna run to get to the groceries. Okay, I'm coming back. Okay, cool. What else do you need from me? Okay, we're gonna be doing this. Okay, let's go and do that. Like this masculine is really all over the place. Like it's really difficult to simmer in their energy because they are all over the place. So I need to find something that isn't too hella melodramatic. I'm tempted to look at the fairy tale deck because this masculine, they're not anchored in their body. In some ways, I don't think they really recognize how much their head and their heart are completely disconnected. Like, there's a little bit of a Marie Antoinette joke somewhere in here, as though, like the French Revolution called and, said that you're up for the guillotine. Like, some of this is repeat history, repeat karma. But given that I'm seeing this, this is death rebirth in the form of judgment when it comes to the karmic. Okay, let's start. Okay, got Medicine Woman, the Hierophant underneath here. Tell me about their feelings towards the karmic. I feel like they've given this person one too many chances. And it's really weird. Like I'm trying to simmer in, chill out. It's sort of like if you're in the park and you want to go up to a squirrel, there's a certain body language, there's a certain frequency, there's a way that you would want to change up your eye contact if you wanted to approach a squirrel because they're very feral, they're very jumpy. And I feel like this masculine is almost in this self induced hypnotic trance. But it's really that they're withdrawn from their karmic situation. What is it that the divine masculine's guides can share with divine feminine today? Because it's like, what? Okay, let's focus in. Wow, something happened. Okay, I have 5 of coins left out in the cold. It's sort of like if they're willing to accept this person again. Because I feel like this karmic has abandoned the masculine again. I really feel like this is the masculine's energy. Whatever this karmic is doing, it's making the masculine feel like they're not good enough, which is kind of interesting. It means the masculine, they're really stuck in their feminine energy, but they're so disconnected that they can't make a healthy, proper decision. And for you, the feminine, this might feel very familiar. Because a lot of the times when we go on this particular journey, the feminine needs to find their self-worth again. And there's something going on in this situation. All right, let's go a little deeper before I speculate too much. Ooh, okay. We got the magician. This is someone who's manipulative. You know, a little bit of bippity boppity boo, fairy godmother. But I don't trust her. When I look at this fairy godmother in the eyes, she's a little bit of a C word. She's, this is the way we're going to do it. Well, we're going to be doing it my way. Like, I don't really like this particular magician. It's sort of this feeling like the masculine's like, why does this remind me of this other person? Like if they had a difficult relationship with a mother figure or a father figure, like, it's sort of like, why is this all of a sudden feeling like repeat history? Like this, it's not quite it's not quite justice, but there's a lot of judgmental energy. King of Cups, Ace of Cups. This masculine has poured in a lot of trust into this karmic person. But this is the sea serpent. And sea serpent, it's not quite snake energy, but I'm seeing it a little bit more, but I am seeing it that way. Because it's more like a dragon than it is a snake. I don't even trust this King of Cups. You know, they've got their, whoever this King of Cups is, like, they have their sense of what emotionality should be. They're very protective and they're almost snide. It's almost like, ooh, it's a thirst trap. Oh, interesting. Like, this masculine probably has a little bit of a low-key kink, unresolved conflict, unresolved, like, mommy and daddy issues, like, however it is that, you would tie to your masculine's personal sense of dysfunction. But there's sort of this get off by being withholding. If somebody walks away, because we did see that 8 of Cups. The masculine doesn't know why they can't walk away from this. They feel bad about walking away, but this person keeps coming back. And it's just like, well, they keep coming back, so that must mean love. I recently channeled a message about the masculine where they observed this behavior with their parents. And God forbid their parents are still together. It's kind of one of these things where, if this is just an example. It's like this masculine observed how their own parents kept coming back together. Okay, we'll love each other. Okay, fine. Let's just love each other. Okay, fine. It's more practical that we stay together, but we'll just call it love. This masculine did not have a really great example on how to deal with conflict. And they've been reliving this over and over again. Because this feels like a repeat loop, a repeat cycle. And I don't know if you can hear my dog. He's really itchy right now. It sounds almost like Thumper from Bambi. Poor Bambi. I don't know, I've been getting so many Bambi references, and that's such an obscure movie from my childhood. It's like, how do I get traumatized, thinking about how I lost my mother at a young age? Like, and some people would look at that movie as like, oh my God, why would you put a kid through this idea of losing their parent? Well, others would look at that same movie and they'd be like, well, it's the story of learning how to thrive on your own despite having difficult circumstances. It's one of these things where your perception of the situation makes all the difference. But whoever this masculine is, they're so accustomed to people being negative, manipulative, if you don't agree with their perception, there's something morally wrong with you. It's as though yeah, that's where that judgment is coming in. Somebody's making this about morality, but it has to be their morality. Like this karmic, this little fairy godmother, she thinks she knows best even for the masculine. And for the longest time, the masculine's kind of cool with it. They liked the idea of somebody coming in and taking over their life because they thought that's what love was supposed to be. They more than likely watched, family members do that to each other growing up, or even, religious intervention. But what's this 10 of Wands? Their feelings towards the feminine. Like they've tripped up on something. This person feels very injured and overwhelmed. Flat on their face. Even though they're pretending. Like this, like that's why I brought out the Tarot of Oppositions, because on the surface, it looks like, yep, I can totally handle all of the burden, but they're just falling flat on their face. But because this is how they feel about the feminine and their own sense of femininity from within, it's too much. Like, this person's getting a lot of psychic downloads and they don't know what to do with it. They don't know where to place it. And they can't even get external validation. I think some of them are feeling a wee bit crazy. Yeah, this is something they're hiding. High Priestess and the Moon, double hiding. Like you're probably receiving a lot of information right now, which is why the guides, they're trying to intercede on behalf of the masculine to let you know, hey, so just letting you know that divine masculine, they're kind of in trouble right now, and they are not going to be in a position to speak to you at this time. Um, and it's because, again, they need to grow up through something. It's sort of like spiritual probation, recompensation. There's some kind of battle going on, I feel. We got the Lovers, the World. Oh, I'm feeling so sick to my stomach right now. 10 of Wands again. They're really upset they have no access to you. And this isn't to say you should go contact them. That like your guides are like, no, like we are separating the masculine from you for a period of time. They need to really know what it's like to not have you, even energetically. So if you feel as though the masculine's gone, or that your twin flame journey is over, or you had your counterpart wrong, go along with it. I'm being told. Like, you are getting these intuitive downloads because it's sort of as though you have to play a scene with the masculine, even energetically. They have to believe that essentially they have to believe there is no hope because there's something that they are transforming through. Like this 10 of Wands is a little bit more hopeful than the clusterfuck that is the 10 of Wands right here, but their ego has to die. Like this is a huge final ditch effort. Whoever this masculine is, if they do not get this together, there are going to be some severe consequences. I want one more card here. 10 of Coins. They'll lose you forever, and you're going to do fine without them. And I think their ego is having a difficult time believing that you would do fine without them. Not all of them, but some of them do struggle with that. But it's because they're still tied to this karmic. They're still feedbacking off of this karmic. Oh, you're going to be back. Oh, you can't do anything without me. Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, for any of you who think I'm being mean and rude, I'm just using the voice that my ex-husband used to make fun of me. So, I'm using my own experiences here to explain what's going on. I'm not mocking anybody except my ex-husband in the way he mocked me. So I really want to actually emphasize that right now because I feel like someone's getting upset and offended with me. Sorry, not sorry, but these messages are designed to help give you a reason for you to move on, especially if this person was very rude and hurtful. They have not decided to step up and rise into their emperor energy. They chose to entertain something that scared them. And they thought it was hot, and now it's not. What's the message for the divine feminine at this time? Page of Cups. Let's see, Page of Cups. I really need to get some space for you right here. Like, there's a real ask right now for you to start clearing, clear out your calendar. Open yourself up energetically. I feel like there's something brand new incoming. A lot of you have been like, well, I need an apology, or you expect an apology because you think that this person has some kind of, I don't know, morality keeps showing up. There's some of you are still struggling with projections, and the universe really wants you to start focusing on things that you love and enjoy. Stop making this about the masculine. I know it's tempting to, but remember what I was talking about, what was going on with the feels with the feminine? Masculine needs to feel the loss of you, even energetically, because a lot of them have been using your energy to impress the karmic. They've been using the spiritual gifts that they subconsciously download from you to use it on the karmic, to impress the karmic, not even to heal them. It's more so to show them up, because this karmic actually does have some semblance of spirituality, I think. They have, like, whether this is like magic spells or maybe they have some natural gift and talent, the masculine's intimidated by that. And all they've been doing is one-upping this person, trying to prove that, yeah, I'm just as tough as you. Yep, I'm just as spiritual as you. Yep, I'm just as gifted as you. Like, that's a self-worth wound right there if I haven't heard it before. But they never used their energy. It's, like, have you ever had a friend who constantly borrows money for you because they're always running out of money in the tank of their car? And it's sort of like, stop partying. Like, that person would have money if they would stop going to, kink dungeons or drinking to the ends of the night or, driving long distances to see their lovers. It's just sort of like, this person's not balanced and they're not with somebody who's equally as balanced. Page of Cups, the Hermit, Seven of Wands. Like, you need to be this Page of Cups. You need to start moving forward and enjoying your life. There's something about you taking the initiative to start enjoying your life again, knowing that with a little bit of cute, smug satisfaction that you can have a wonderful life without this person. It doesn't mean they won't return to your life. And if they don't, you need to be okay with that. In a lot of ways, the way that I channel, just assume this person isn't going to come back because you sold yourself short and the universe just wants you to do better. Solo, independently. What do we have right here? Six of Swords. You honoring your own peace, taking whatever it is from this situation. You have learned something. We did see a Page of Pentacles at the very beginning of this particular reading. Queen of Swords. Like, I've been seeing so many Queen of Swords and I keep changing decks. Like, she's been cropping up nonstop. And this is constructive criticism, but this is also no bullshit. It's sort of like you're crossing the river and the only way you're going to turn around and give something the time of day, they need to have a conversation with this aspect of you. Because if they can't handle this aspect of you, it's not worth your time or your energy. There's my smug satisfaction. I love it. Nine of Cups. This masculine believes that you already have somebody in your life, and that's okay. Let them believe it. We got the World card over here. This is this is the island of Hawaii, dancing in the moonlight, along with the lovers over here. This masculine is, in some ways, they are fantasizing that you're with somebody else. And they lied to themselves. First of all, if you're not with somebody, they're lying to themselves saying like, oh, well, divine feminine, they'll find somebody better. Okay, whatever. But it was kind of a lie they kept telling themselves so they didn't have to own up to what was going on. And they kept fantasizing you with being somebody else. Like, it's kind of like threesome kinky weirdness. I don't like that energy. It's not benevolent. It's like 10% benevolent, 90% weird. Like, let's just put that way. What are the actions the masculine's likely to take? Six of Swords. I think they're going to be tempted to follow you across, but you're going this way, they're going that way. There's a little bit of this temptation of them to go back to the karmic situation. But like I said, they're blocked right now. So don't feel like, oh, they're going back to the they're Six of Swords, they're going back to the karmic, they don't love me. Ah! Like, no judgment, I struggle with it. But it's more that they have to face this. They have to understand why they fell for it, why they fell in love with it, why they're sexually aroused by it. Like, that's really important at this time because all they're going to do is bring all the baggage with them. They're not going to take, like, this masculine is not in a position to take ownership. They are way too overwhelmed with so much karmic drama that they have to give up, like, an entire livelihood. Like, none of their friends are real. Their family has a fuck ton of issues that they haven't even scratched the surface on. And all they would do is drain your mental and psychological resources. But there is a fresh new energy. Don't get too excited with the Seven of Swords. In order for them, like, you already have this opportunity. Like, it's yours to claim. Go forward, young one. Like, go nuts. You have the freedom to do whatever the hell you want. That's the whole point. This masculine has to start understanding, in order for them to have the brand new beginning, is that they have to face their self-deception. Four of Cups, Two of Wands, Five of Swords. What Barry said. Like, you know, I think I joked even quite recently in a channeling, like, you know, they treated Divine Feminine like some Fabergé egg, and then they gave it to the Karmic. First of all, rude. Second of all, there's probably a reason why you've been drained, because a few of you have reached out to me and said you've been exhausted, you don't quite know why. And many of you are always tempted to keep your heart chakra closed because it's this feeling as though the masculine's feeding off of your love and giving it to the Karmic. But I will say, learn how to get your heart chakra into positive flow, and no one is able to steal from it. It's when you're in negative flow, being in heart chakra negativity, that's where people siphon from you. That's where the vampires can get you. But when your heart chakra's in positive flow, you're safe. But it's scary because it actually hurts. There's some latent heartbreak that I think some of you are still working through, but you've done a lot of work. A lot of you done some amazing work here. But it does require you to start taking a different road, a different choice. You making a choice. This masculine, they have to decide, do they want to go forward or do they want to go back? Because the universe is not going to let them move forward until they defeat the little monster inside that thinks it's okay to take rather than earn. That's not masculine energy. A masculine earns their keep. They prove that they are worthy and they are not qualified anywhere within your vibration to even show some semblance of respect, because they'll still go back to this energy. They will leak secrets to you. They'll gossip about you to this type of energy, and that needs to stop. And I think they understand that. That's why that sort of karmic jail was showing up. What's the potential final outcome? Emperor. You know, just Emperor's facing the right way. He's in his light aspect. I think you got to look at this long term. Like, this masculine is looking at things in the long term as well. And you can look at the long term and be overwhelmed and think, oh, it's too long, it's too much, it's too expensive. First of all, you got to clear that out, and you have to ask yourself, are those really my thoughts? Because in order for you to create a healthy boundary between yourself and other karmic feminine energy, it requires you to have that boundary between you and the masculine. Because they're entertaining karmic thoughts and they need to take care of them themselves without you talking to them on the astral realm, without you giving them the answers. It's like, yeah, you can go through school constantly cheating on the test, but would you want someone who's a heart surgeon who constantly cheated on their test to do surgery on you? Like, there comes a point where you have to actually have the knowledge, not just a checklist of, okay, I finished that. Okay, I finished that. Okay, I finished that. Like, this is really critical. We got Seven of Cups, Six of Cups. Yeah, like, this masculine, they have to start clearing through a lot of the debris that they have from their past and stop being so fucking nostalgic about the past. They're in denial. Something happened to them in the past and they said, oh, well, it is what it is. Like, if this is the parents I was talking about, where their parents decided to pretend to love each other, hoping that it would be tolerable to be with each other. The only reason they stayed together, for the kids, for the house, for the status, it was too inconvenient to get a divorce. And yeah, believe me, I've been divorced myself. It is exhausting and rewarding to get a divorce. High Priestess came back and the Moon. Wow, those are the cards that were showing up right here. Third card. Four of Coins. If do you want to help this masculine? I mean, really, in the heart of hearts of everything that you are, Divine Feminine, do you want to help this masculine? Don't give them anything. Don't give them anything on the astral realm. Don't let them get away with thinking that, or how do I phrase that? They are keeping secrets, but it's not your job to force them out into the open. But you can't be putting yourself into a position where you keep whispering your secrets to the masculine. It's sort of like this mole and infiltrator kind of energy. Like, I swear to God, if there's some kind of like government mole story that shows up in the news in the next few weeks, I'll just say that Barry's called it. Goddamn. So, what is it that the Divine Feminine needs to know? Where are my witches? What does the Divine Feminine need to know? Okay, we're going to go angelic energy. What can they embody? This card wants to pop out. Releasing the lower self, the masculine twin. Can they embody to know that they are doing the right thing by focusing on self, focusing on things that bring themselves healing and a sense of purpose, knowing and trusting that the masculine will eventually get it. Archangel Charity, give with an open heart, be generous. You're being asked to go back into positive polarity within your heart chakra. You actually have accidentally been negative polarity, and you've been giving to people who are negative in of themselves. You are a very generous and kind individual, and you're being asked by the angels right now to pour all that energy back into yourself. You've been so generous, you are depleted. You are so generous, you are malnourished. You are so generous that you're in debt. That's not how abundance is supposed to work. Turn this around and focus on yourself. You can eventually give out of your abundance, but by the time your self-worth is established, evaluated, and your intuition healed, you will know exactly the right place to redistribute your kindness in the future. I'm just saying. Wow. Well, whoever it is that you guys are, I really hope that this helped. If you need any kind of support, you are more than welcome to book a one-on-one Reiki healing session with me. I also do provide in-depth tarot readings. Just check out the description below for details on that. Also join us on Patreon. We got some really cool meditations coming through that have been extraordinarily healing, and I think that might be able to help anchor in a lot of this abundance energy so that you can use it for yourself in a healthy way. Otherwise, when I see you guys at the next one, I'm wishing you peace, love, and all the berries.